At an elevation of 3,200 feet on the Blue Ridge Escarpment, the weather is outright hostile. High-speed winds tear across the ridges, and thick fog can swallow a cliff edge in matter of minutes. The standard architectural response to this kind of environment is defense. We pour thick concrete foundations, raise heavy timber walls, and completely seal the interior off from the unpredictable elements. But on the edge of Standing Stone Mountain sits the Fred W. Symmes Chapel, better known as Pretty Place. Looking out over these sweeping layers of the Blue Ridge mountain range, you can see its defining anomaly. It has absolutely no walls. Getting here requires navigating the sharp, blind curves of Gear Highway for miles, deep into the wilderness, far past the reach of any cell phone service. Yet, in spite of the treacherous drive and extreme isolation, over 200,000 people make the trek every year. The site is so popular that by 6 a.m. on a Friday, the remote mountain roads are often choked with traffic. Logically, a structure this exposed shouldn't draw massive crowds, let alone exist here at all. The mystery is why anyone would choose to build a completely defenseless room on a cliff edge, and how it has managed to survive the storms. In the early 20th century, Fred W. Symmes amassed a fortune in the textile industry of Greenville, South Carolina. He built his wealth inside massive manufacturing mills, organizing heavy machinery and thousands of workers to churn out high-quality fabrics. Symmes never married, and as he grew older, he began shifting his focus and his fortune away from industrial manufacturing and toward the surrounding community. He took a specific interest in YMCA Camp Greenville, a sprawling youth camp established in 1912. In 1941, he funded the construction of a new spiritual centerpiece for the campers. This schematic shows every row angled, forcing sightlines to converge on the center cross. Tilting to a 3D wireframe, we pan to the roof's massive wooden beam, carved with Psalm 121, "I lift up my eyes to the hills." Symmes engineered a strict visual frame, deliberately forcing anyone sitting in those pews to look outward and confront the sheer scale of the natural world. Leaving a building completely wide open at an elevation of 3,000 feet carries an enormous physical cost. High-velocity mountain winds and driving rain constantly batter the exposed wood and stone. Keeping the chapel safe requires a relentless cycle of expensive maintenance. The foundation and supports required massive structural overhauls in both 2012 and 2018. Then in the fall of 2024, Hurricane Helene tore through the region. Look at the scattered debris surrounding this hand-painted scripture sign. The storm caused catastrophic damage across the entire Camp Greenville property. The destruction was severe, but the response was immediate. Construction crews were dispatched to pour fresh concrete, install entirely new metal roofing, and replace the shattered wood framing to reopen the site to the public. The survival of Pretty Place is a testament to human will. It stands because the surrounding community simply refuses to let the elements reclaim this specific view. The physical wood and stone of this structure are secondary to the psychological effect it produces on the human mind. It creates a bizarre emotional duality. On a quiet Tuesday afternoon, it serves as a place of absolute silent meditation for a single hiker. By Saturday, it transforms into a site of crowded, joyous chaos for back-to-back weddings. The architecture drives extreme behavior. Long before the sun comes up, you will find 500 strangers standing shoulder to shoulder in the freezing dark, shifting and fighting for a viewing spot just to watch a sunrise proposal. Traditional enclosed architecture offers safety and distraction. By completely removing the walls, this space strips all of that away, leaving visitors entirely exposed to the biting cold, the wind, and their own internal thoughts. Fred Symmes bypassed traditional church architecture entirely. He constructed a psychological lens. Pretty Place remains a legendary destination because it proves that the most effective architecture doesn't try to compete with its environment. It simply provides a ledge for us to sit down, look out, and share the infinite with someone else.